Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2, and welcome back to my voice. Semi-welcome back, it's not yet fully there, but thank you for bearing with the continuous silent trucking videos last week. It was all I could do. The voice was really not in a very good shape, so it was either silent trucking or nothing. So thanks for enjoying them nonetheless. Anyway, congratulations to everyone who got a copy of the Goodyear Pack DLC for free. And if you didn't, you can easily purchase it from the Steam store. I think it's around only $3.50 Singapore dollars from where I'm from. So maybe even less in USD and pounds. So it's not really expensive, but it is very nice gesture from SCS to make that event and increase the hype. Very smart. Anyway, in this video I wanted to explore what we got, what we worked hard for. I'm sure a lot of you guys worked hard for it as well. So let's go and check it out. First things first, there should be truck paint jobs for all the default trucks, I believe. There we go. The Goodyear Dash or the Goodyear Origins. So there's a truck and trailer combo with a paint job here. I think I am enjoying that one in particular. Let's try that. Yes, let's go with that. Very nice clean white look in front and a bit rugged informal splatter at the back. I like it. And of course, if there's a paint job, wouldn't be complete. Goodyear wouldn't be complete without the actual tires, right? So there are tires, and actually I'm using it already. We have three options: the K-Max Gen 2, Fuel Max, or K-Max as well, but a bit bigger, 31580. Yeah, I am leaning towards the Fuel Max because of the stats here. It says fuel economy is B. So I'm all in for that. And not only that, it's also customizable, the colors. So you can change that depending on your color scheme. I particularly like it white, so we'll keep it that way. Blends perfectly well in there. Isn't that beautiful? If we compare that with the existing Goodyear mods that we have, they're good, but not this good. Like if we compare Fuel Max to Fuel Max, I can't even remember which mod this is from. I think this is from Galimim's Real Tires mod. Maybe. But that's Fuel Max S31570 right there. So same size more or less. But the appearance is night and day. Yeah. That is one of the most good looking trucks I've ever seen. And if you're not a fan of the white highlights, you can easily darken it down. Make it a lot more subtle. Make it fully black. Or whatever you choose. Yeah, so that's awesome. Now, I'm not sure if you need any additional DLC for that. I think you don't. I think you just buy the Goodyear DLC and you already have access to that. Okay. And aside from that, I don't think there's anything more in the exterior that you can change. So just the paint job and the tires, truck tires. And later on, we will be switching over to the trailer. But for now, let's go inside the truck. Let's have a look. You can see the blimp there already. Have a couple of Goodyear DLC goodies in here as accessories. You can go with the blimp, the wallet, or the mug. I like the blimp in particular. You can even put the blimp here. I thought there was a blimp here. One sec. Let me see. I'm not exactly sure which is part of the Goodyear DLC and if there's a separate reward from the World of Trucks event. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. Alright, so... yes, okay, that's the one. So even though if you didn't finish the World of Trucks event, the 10 personal deliveries with Goodyear, if you didn't finish it in time, because it's over now, then you won't have this. That is a World of Trucks only reward. As you can see from the logo here, it says Steam. It doesn't say Goodyear. So if you only choose the Goodyear DLC, the only thing that this unlocks is that one. Yeah, so there's a special something, that blimp, that hanging blimp. that it's only for those who worked hard for it. And I was lucky enough to finish it last Saturday. Made it just in time. Yeah, nothing like game changing, but it's a nice gesture from SCS. If you didn't get it, no problem. But for us, of course, it's going to be the hanging CG logo, or as Shunik says, the center of gravity indicator, the CG. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, aside from that, there are other goodies. You can choose a bag like that. I kind of like that actually. Black and blue. Very sleek looking. Replaced my original backpack with that one. And I think aside from that, there is nothing else. Yeah. But yeah, the main focus is in the tires for sure. Alright. That is looking really good. Alright. Let's go ahead and purchase a trailer. Now the trailer, I think, is only compatible with the default. If he pick the Krona, even if you have the Krona DLC, I highly doubt they will have a Goodyear paint job, but let's double check anyway. Cover all our bases. So if you go to paint job, Goodyear, oh, we do have it. Oh, nice. Oh, that is pretty nice. I didn't expect that. Okay, cool. Wow. Alright. So we could go with either one. And if you look here, that's the perfect combo right there. Yeah, I like that actually. I think the one I was looking at a while ago was this one. There is no... I don't see any Goodyear tires here. So you can see it's not part of the filters, which is interesting. There are truck tires but no trailer tires. So I'll go back and check the standard trailers just to cover all our bases. Let's see if I missed anything. So here for sure we should have the Goodyear DLC. These two, yeah, okay. And the tires, I don't think that's there either. Yeah, I don't think it's there. Interesting. So if you pick the tires here, I was hoping for an official Goodyear tire at the back, but I guess normally that would be controlled by the trailer itself, the trailer manufacturer. Like Krona would have their own tires. So I guess that kind of makes sense in that way. Yeah, alright, fine. Let's go ahead and get a refrigerated trailer, maybe? Yeah, let's go for a bit of a different look. Let's go and set this up. Let's go with a Goodyear paint job. There we go. That perfectly works. I love that. That looks amazing. Although for some reason the white looks a bit different. It's a bit grayed out here. Maybe it's just the reflection. Maybe when we go outside it works then. Alright, let's leave that there. Very nice paint job, very sleek. Select all please, thank you. Here we can choose a painted palette box, but actually the Krona one works better. This one, it's this one I was saying, yeah. If you have the Krona DLC, has the built-in Krona tires there, so you don't really need Goodyear tires for the trailer. Okay, let's go with that and just fill it up. Perfect. Paint? Nah, just some mud flaps maybe. There you go. Alright. We are good with that. Although, I think I missed something. The fridge. I saw a dot there, that one. No, I'm okay with that. Alright, let's buy it. Let's place that in Berlin, where we are currently, because I'm planning to do a bit of eco driving in the Autobahn. Get as good fuel mileage as I can get. Okie dokes. Let's go and pick up the trailer. Use that one. And there's a bit of a cheat that I use here. I'll show it to you. I know you'll call me cheater again. So no trailer. Yes. Press 0. So you have to enable the dev cam first. If you don't know how to enable it, Google it. Google is your friend. So press 0. Face a bit where you want to face. And press F9. And voila. When you go back, the trailer is there now. Cheater! I know some of the folks are waiting to call me that. Alright, there you go. Let's look for a job. And now we can go to the external market. Cargo market is what I prefer. There you go. What do you want? Cottage cheese. Magdeburg. I'm not going to pick a very long trip because I'm still recovering. My voice is still not able to handle the long videos. But I think I can handle around 200 plus kilometers. Going to the west, hopefully. Yeah, that can work. Yes. I'll pass by Magdeburg along the way. Cottage cheese, I like. Alright, I'll take that. Thank you. And I do have EVR sounds again. The EVR sounds have grown on me. I remember in the last video where I was speaking, I was not so much a fan, but apparently it was just the volume that I was not a fan of. So now, I have everything tuned up in the interior. Here, we have 4 times interior volume 4. Ooh, nice lights from NL. Alright, let's go and reset the trip. There we go. By the way, I'm getting a lot of folks who are asking about my graphics settings. Let me just show you quickly. And actually, I am thinking I might be able to take some screenshots of this one and post them in the mods list. You know, just so people have a reference there. Yeah, so I can easily point them there. That might work, huh? Okay, let's go. And if you don't know how to reset that trip, just go and look in the key bindings and look for something called reset trip. What a secret. Okay, let's get going. So yeah, I was, if you've watched the silent trucking videos last week, I was playing with this truck, doing the Goodyear events, but I was switching from EVR to Krishbom to EVR again. And I think I like now overall the EVR sounds. Even though the EVR sounds are not as good as the latest ones, the paid versions of his other trucks like the MP4, the Volvo, still this is really good. And very detailed, very polished. The one with Krishbom, the open pipe sounds, is so good as well, very boomish. The only thing I hate, if you noticed, I made 2 silent trucking videos there. If you notice it when we were on the highway and when we're cruising, so like when we're at 80 kilometers and just plowing through the highway, it's a bit repetitive. There is a cycle, there is a sound that does not seem natural. Like I can't quite explain it, but go and listen to it again, the silent trucking videos on the highway, when we're on the highway, and you'll hear that like cycling sound that is not very seamless. Like normally you would just hear the engine purring, right? But I think there is a bit of incorrect recording or editing in the sound files that you're hearing this something like that, something like repeats itself, and it doesn't sound like the engine, doesn't sound like a natural sound from the engine. It feels more like a recording or editing imperfection. So it started being embedded in my mind. So whenever I'm driving with Krishbom sounds, I would hear it even if it was very quiet. What happened here? Filled with grass now. I think someone did something. Probably the cow is the culprit. Alright, cargo market. That's the one. Cottage cheese, 18 tons. Let's go for a drive with all the Goodyear goodies. Goodyear goodies. Nah, doesn't work. Scratch that. But yeah, I'm so happy that I'm feeling better again, man. It's true what they say, right? Health is wealth. And we tend to really ignore it and take it for granted, our health, when we're all healthy. But yeah, we really feel it. The moment we hit a fever or something, we don't feel 100%, we really feel it. And we realize how important it is. Health is definitely wealth. It's number one priority. And this is why I had to cancel all my streams last week, because I just could not. And yeah, I was in... Like, I took 2 days off. And even with the 2 days, my voice was still not... After 2 days, my voice was still not good enough. But I had to work already. I had to go back to my work. And wow, that's so off. Then I had to be in conference calls. I had to talk to people. And it was not a good feeling. I could feel my voice running out. And I could feel my throat getting very itchy. And you know, it's not a pleasant feeling. And so if I streamed on top of that 3 hours non-stop talking, I don't think I would have a voice right now. And so this is why I'm trying to also ease it out, you know, not go back fully again, like with 1 hour videos and stuff. Start simple. Goodness, that is the farthest ever. Can still make it? We might. Blindside reverse is so tricky. I'm going to hit that trailer. I just might as well. But there we go. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. Look at this perfect parking. Look at that, bro. Fine. Alright, load her up. Please don't bounce. Just a little, thank you. It's nice of SES to include the Goodyear pack there. I wonder if it's also part of the other trailers. Don't they have a Schwarzmuller trailer now as well? This one? I wonder if they also included that. Let's check. It is there. Very nice. Okay, so all default, all SCS trailers have the paint job. That's good. I think this still is a bit wrong. I don't know. Maybe that's by design. Anyway, I'm happy enough with Krona. Let's go. Reset the trip again. And off we go. Oh, by the way, let's go and check the route first. So we will be joining the 10. How do you say it again? A10? A2? 10 and then 2 after crossing this junction. Hopefully we get some nice views on the way. In here we'll have to drop off a bit because I want to discover Magdeburg in this profile. Get back on the Autobahn. Pass through a nice looking junction, rest area. And then that's basically it. Turning off to Hanover. Let's go through that to discover those two. Yeah. Alright, so that's going to be 300 kilometers. I'll take it. Nothing fancy. Just chill drive with my voice back. Some people might like that, some people might hate that, but here it is. So, we will see. But yeah, I'll probably go back to my other profile with the MP4 by next week, by next episode, whenever that will be. As good as this DAF is, the sounds are nowhere near as good versus the more modern, more updated MP4 by EVR as well. And I'm missing that. and I'll probably just change some of the tires to Goodyear with that truck, and we'll be back to exploring the Middle East. Here we are in Berlin now. Has Berlin been part of the Germany rework by SCS? I think so, right? I think so. And let's not speed. Slow down here. But yeah, I absolutely love the dashboard here. This is one of my most favorite dashboards. So modern looking. Gives you that modern futuristic vibe. Thanks a lot to Piva. That's the way to the Autobahn. Perfect, thank you. Perfect traffic light change. Let's switch. I think I can go and do some Q&As as well. It's been a while since the last Q&A. Let's go and start. And I only have a few more questions left, so go and add up to it again. Questions, topics, just let me know. Post it in Discord server, or if you don't have access to the Discord server, you can post the question here in the comments in the video, and I'll just compile them. Just let me know that this is a question for the videos. Okay. Alright, from Geek Squad. If you could have your own company, what would you do? Oh my goodness. This is just so timely. Because I'm getting exposed a bit to the adulting world of entrepreneurship. And I'm a complete newbie. But I think it's the way to go. I've recently been joining some groups here locally, and my eyes have really opened to the mindset of not staying as a worker and being an entrepreneur, you know, in one way or another. Entrepreneur or an investor, taking a more active role in that. And it got me into thinking of all these ideas to start my own company and do all sorts of stuff. Oh, that sounds so good. Lovely, and look at that beautiful sunrise at the back. That might be a worthy screenshot right there. I'll check it out later. But yeah, started thinking what company, if I could make a company, start small, build something that I really am passionate about, start helping people, creating more jobs and all that stuff. And it's just a very nice feeling, you know. The most eye-opening statement, because I've started reading books about it as well, the most eye-opening statement for me was that there was a quote from the author, one of the authors from one of the books I was reading, saying something about nowadays people just apply for jobs and look for what it can do for them. Like, what can I get from this? What can I get from this? And so much so that when people start getting interviewed and the interviewer asks them, why do you want to join this company? Me personally, I'm guilty of this. When I look for a company, mainly I look for a company. When I try to join a company, I mainly want to join because, well, the work is relatable to me, but mainly because the compensation is good, the benefits is good, the career opportunities are good. So all about me, yeah. And usually I don't really care about the mission of the company, what it's all about, what it's doing. Like, that's not really relevant for me as long as I'm doing something I like. And that's very selfish, and I only realized that now. So I'm trying to get a different perspective on it. Like, aside from that kind of mentality, what can I contribute? How can I serve more people? Yeah, what can I give in return? It's one of the things I learned is, like, the more you give, the more you get back. It's not about just me. Yeah, like, focus on serving others, and will get back something much more in return. And that's not only in business, that's not only in entrepreneurship, that's also in Christianity. So it's very consistent with the teachings. And that's why it's been such an eye-opening experience for me. And so that's why I want to start my own company eventually. Not sure when that will happen, and it's very blurred right now. I'm still in the process of learning. But eventually, yeah. And in Singapore, it's very limited because I don't think I can even start my own company here, because I have like, my visa is for working, and for working for a specific company. So you're not authorized to like create your own company and work in Singapore, something like that. So if ever I make my own company, I will go back to Manila, and that might be, I don't know, in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe, who knows. Oh my goodness, look at the sky there at the back. This is exactly what I was looking for, this beautiful, beautiful view and very highway feel driving. I bet the fuel economy is super good here. Look at that, 31 and falling. That is perfect. Although what's not perfect is I almost missed this. I also enabled the automatic engine retarder and automatic engine brake, automatic retarder and automatic engine brake for this truck. So when I step on the brakes, both the retarder and engine brake are activated. I think with newer trucks, that's more or less how it works. But if you have more specifics on how it works with the DAF Euro 6, let me know, okay? So I can try to mimic it as much as possible. But that doesn't say I cannot enable the retarder separately. I still can, and I still do. But this is just an additional measure for better braking and more efficient braking. So even when I step on the brakes, not everything is put on the actual service brakes. Some of them is offloaded to the retarder and the engine brake, something like that. And it's perfectly in line with a modern truck. Anyway, so I was speaking about the company, but if I have my own company, what would I do? Well, I have dreams. I'm not sure if they will be practical, like I haven't done any analysis, but if I had my way, I would maybe make a simulator, you know, one of those hardcore 737 cockpits, rent that out. Something as simple as that, something in line with my current passions. That would be so cool, having like a realistic 737, being able to rent it out, because I saw that in Singapore there's actually something like that, and the costs are humongous. It's like the cost of flying in that simulator for like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes is equivalent or even more expensive than buying an actual flight ticket to the Philippines, which is like 3 hours plus away. So it is pricey, and I'm not sure if there's a lot of demand for it. Like I said, it might not be a profitable business, but if I'm just like wishful thinking, that's something I'll pursue. Realistically though, I think we'll start with real estate. Real estate is very how do you say, tangible, eh? Yeah, it's as real as you can imagine. Something you can feel, something you know that is real. Heck, it's in the name. Oh, look at that, beautiful. It's at the famous cathedral here in Magdeburg. That looks so good. Wow, that's a nice view. I like that. By the way, in case I wasn't, I don't think I highlighted it, but we are in the default map right now. No pro mods whatsoever. This profile, I think I'm going to keep with just the default SES map, including all the DLCs, but nothing modded in terms of the map. So whenever there is a World of Trucks contract, I can use this And I know some people say they can use the Pro Mods map with the World of Trucks contract, and it's true. In some places it works. But I've been bitten by that so many times already. I don't want to risk it anymore. Because you can get World of Trucks contracts with Pro Mods if you are driving in default areas. But on top of that, you cannot drive on ferries. It will not work. And the city where you're delivering to, I think even where you're picking it up from, must have the same companies, maybe the same structure. Otherwise, the World of Trucks contract will be like it will not accept the job. You will not be able to pick it up or drop it off. So I've had that instance already where I drove something like not too long, maybe 600 kilometers. Arrived at the city, the destination, parked in the company, and when I tried to unload my trailer, it wouldn't accept it. There was some kind of error, I forgot about it, but it was because the World of Trucks, like, I don't know, maybe the coordinates or the company in the server is not in line with what I have in-game, because Pro Mods modified the city and added a lot of companies, made the city a lot more realistic looking and stuff like that. But yeah, basically I couldn't finish the job, and so that was all a waste. There was also an instance where I drove to a ferry and I didn't know this problem yet, and I couldn't ride on the ferry, and so that was game over as well. So after that, I decided for World of Trucks contracts, I'm just going to keep the map vanilla. Like everything else, the trucks, the accessories, trailers and everything, the graphics can be modded, but the map has to be vanilla. And I can even enable the Pro Mods trailer and company pack that's enabled right now in this profile, but Pro Mods itself is not. Yeah, so the company names are different, but all the coordinates, the map, still the same as the vanilla one. And I'll take that. Anyway, so yeah, that's the company that I'm thinking about, and it's nothing big, not like having 500 people. You know, it would start off with me and Mrs. Clumsy, starting with our real estate empire, and then it will branch off eventually. Real estate is a good starter because it gives you capital, something you can leverage and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know much about it yet. I'm still learning, but that is like the step one. And from there, we can branch off into something else that we like. Like, I don't know, we can branch off to the simulator business if the market is significant, which I kind of doubt it is, especially in the Philippines. So that might not be feasible for me. Oh man, that looks so good. So good. Let's take a photo there. There we go. But yeah, afterwards, from real estate, it can jump to, I don't know, franchising or whatever startup we think of. But yeah, the foundation will be real estate. So we're not like just jumping off a cliff. There will be a solid foundation for where the business will start. So even if it does not push through, it'll not like an all or nothing situation. Can I squeeze in? Thank you. Thank you. And I know that's kind of like adult talk, boring and stuff, but right now that is I'm really into that right now, you know, the adulting stuff. And it will require me to step out of my comfort zone, start creating my team, you know, start networking with people, start being involved and talking with other people, looking for deals and stuff like that, and working on like spreadsheets, taxation, how to make a corporation, stuff like that. And I know it's boring for some people, but I'm so excited to get into it. And it's one thing I realized, like having a corporation can have so many benefits. Like I remember Premier One Driver, this YouTuber I watch who is a real pilot as well. He has his own plane in a way. Whoa! What the heck was that? Poor jet. But anyway, they... oh crap, I'm speeding. I'll slow it down. So what he does is, the plane that he has, it's not really officially his, but it's an asset in his company. And so I can imagine he can actually write off some of the expenses, like, I don't know, fuel, depreciation, or all that stuff. And he can use his plane as an asset in his business. And then all the expenses attributed to that plane, he can somehow write off in the expenses part of his profit and loss statement or something. And so that means he can save a lot of money net. That's basically the message, compared with just owning a plane outright. So it's a very smart move. And like, that's what the rich people do. They have all these techniques to work around taxes legally and make sure that everything is optimal. It's such a nice, I don't know, I'm geeking out on that concept, and I want to learn as much as I can about it. And I know that's not in line with like simulator stuff, and some of you might be sleeping right now with that topic, but it's really something that I think everyone should explore to an extent. Not go full on. It doesn't have to be like quit your job and start a company, but it can be both in one way or another. I think we have to move here. Yeah, almost missed that turn. It's one of those German cloverleaf junctions where you have this off lane or something for the turning. That's the one. Is this 50? Yes, it's 50. Okay, good. But yeah, I love the handling of this truck. Beautiful. Just the shifting of the gears, the transmission, and even though it only has 370 horsepower, it's not bad. It's perfect for city driving. And it's very fuel efficient. Although right now I noticed it's 35, yeah, because we stopped. It's a very short drive and we stopped. We had a stopover in, or pass through. We went through a city, so we had to go off the Autobahn. So it's not the best fuel mileage, but given the circumstance, I think it's pretty good. Okie dokes. But yeah, enough with the boring stuff. At least you know now what I'm thinking of, and I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with that concept, some of you might not be. And if you are familiar with that concept and you have tips for me, let me know in the comments, okay? Because I'm really trying to learn as much as I can about that topic. Entrepreneurship, and all that stuff. And it's going to vary per country, but it's an awesome adventure. Yeah, before I end that topic, it's a concept I learned in my group recently. Like, it's an eye-opening experience. Like before, I think the concept was what, feudalism or something, where the structure was there were workers and you have a lord, right, who was owning the lands, and most of the people are just simple workers. It's no longer the case now. We are now in a capitalism kind of structure, but everyone is still, most of the people are still working and acting like simple workers, so therefore not maximizing the possibilities. And that got me thinking, like, why not tap that potential of owning something, making money out of that, on top of the work, the money you get from actual work. And maybe eventually, hopefully, if you build it right, that can somehow overtake the actual work, the full-time work, right? And it's just such an amazing concept. Like, wow, mind blown. And for some folks, it might be simple, it might be automatic. It really depends on how you were brought up, how you were exposed to different things. But me personally, I was exposed to a worker mindset. My parents are doctors, but they work. They don't have, like, how do you say? They work as doctors, not as entrepreneurs, if you get what I mean. So they get good income, but their income is their main source of money, you know, and not much else. So that's how I was exposed to, and only now am I getting exposed to, like, wow, there are so many ways that you can earn a living. So much so that you don't have to be caught up in something that you might not have your full heart into, and you can divert all your efforts. If you have that solid foundation financially, then you can start diving really into what you 100% like. It's just wow. Anyway, we're almost done with the trip, but I guess I can do one more question, just so we answer two at least in this episode. From AP has been out for a while. I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's okay. What do you do while traveling in a public bus or train? Well, in line with what I just said, I read and read and read. Either read a book on my Kindle or listen to podcasts. So I try, or maybe answer comments, because that's also taking up a huge part of my time. It takes a lot of time, but it's so worth it because I love interacting with you guys. And at times it gets troublesome to answer some of the basic questions, but I understand not everyone is familiar with the inner workings of the games that we play. So we have to be very patient, and we have to, it's the least I could do, to contribute to the community, try to teach and try to share what I know. Now, some people are very cautious, some are very demanding, but that's just the way of the world. Like, you can't have all the good folks. You have to learn how to work with the challenging ones as well. Let's call that training for the real world. Well, this is the real world, in a way. But yeah, I try to be as productive as I can when I'm traveling, so I'm still able to do something even while in transit. And right now, that's usually listening to podcasts while I'm walking and starting to read my book about real estate and business when I get on the train or get on the bus. And it's such a wonderful world that I'm exploring right now. So if you guys have tips for me, if you've been through that same journey, or if that inclined you to take the same journey, let me know. It would mean a lot to me. Alright? Awesome. Alright, and we are here. Excellent. 300 kilometers. My voice is still intact so far. Crossing my fingers. Let's hope that I keep on recovering. Right? But yeah, let's leave it there for now. Maybe I'll do one more silent trucking episode. We'll see how it works out. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully that was not so much of a snooze fest. I know not everyone was into that topic, but wanted to share with everyone because I think it's the least I could do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Goodyear DLC looks amazing. Hope you like that one. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye-bye. Clumsy Trucking, and don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and whatnot. Clumsy Trucking, and bye-bye.